welcome back to another Blues Academy, and we're going to kick off this term with a wonderful tune by Ray Charles. Now this one has been covered by likes of Beth Hart, who does a wonderful slide guitar, probably open-tuned version of this, so that's worth checking out for some inspiration. And also one of my favourites, Sean Costello, does a great version, and you'll find that a live recording of that. It's on the interweb somewhere. If you search Sean Costello live with Jimmy Vivino, I think the guy's name was, and they're just sharing the stage together and doing song for song. It's a wonderful gig, and in amongst that set he does this tune in a kind of like Chicago blues, Muddy Waters style, you know, really cool. So let's crack on. What we're going to do, we're going to turn our attention to Ray Charles' original recording, and although there is a guitar on that recording, you'll hear some guitar stuff, and I'll go over roughly what's going on there. But let's look at what Ray Charles is playing on the piano, alright? So, bearing in mind, Ray Charles is so fluid with these phrases. He's just, you know, he's been playing that Chitlin circuit night and day. He really knows what he's doing, you know. So listen to the fluidity that he plays these phrases. Take your time learning them, and get the fingerings right so you can play them with fluidity. So I'll start off and just show you this riff right off the bat. We're in E standard tuning. We're playing a blues in E. It's going to have a quick 4 chord in the second bar, and then another 2 bars of E. And during that section we'll just play this simple piano riff. Okay, just to break that down for you, so I'm starting out here on the piano riff, just sliding from the G string on the note of A, 2nd fret. I'm going to slide up to B, and then jump back on the index finger this time. And we're going to do hammer on, pull off, open, back to the root note of E on the D string. And that should be very fast and very fluid. So you can just practice that little part of the riff on its own. Okay. And then once you get back to that root note there, excuse me, and then we're going to reach across with a pinky directly above that root note up to G. Okay, there's that minor third, right? Okay, in the key of E. It's equivalent of this. Yeah. And you can simply land on the root note, and then you could play the open E string to start the cycle again. Or you could do a little hammer on there to finish out. Lots of different ways to skin that cat. Alright. Okay. Now the reason I'm landing there on my index finger is because I want to play this fretted G note next. Just to close out the riff, right? Okay? And the reason for that is because if I were to just play the open G string like so, you see how that open string just completely bursts out of the mix, much louder than all the other fretted notes that I played. And we don't want that, we want it to sound kind of even, you know. You have much more control over a fretted note than you do of an open string, right? All right, and another thing that Ray does later in the tune is, instead of playing the full riff here, you know, you can bring that in any time you like throughout the piece, it's going to work fine. But sometimes later in the tune he just does this kind of, so just chromatically sliding. You can do it with one finger or several fingers, like so. And you can play that, of course, in many positions. So we're sliding from A to B to D. So we can do that up here from A. Okay. It sounds good down here though. Okay. And another simple thing that occurs in this tune, if you listen out just for the little guitar in the rhythm section, sometimes he pops out with a simple minor pentatonic run, something like this. Something like that. That's literally just the minor pentatonic scale, starting from the note of G with a slight bend, open, next one, open, A, G, root note. Anything up and down that minor pentatonic is going to be gold on this tune. Really simple stuff, and just keep it simple. Sounds good, all right? As we move through the progression, we've got one bar of E starting from the beginning here. One bar of E, 2, 3, and then we go to A7, 3, 4, back to E. Two bars on A7 here. Up to the B. Down to A and stop. All right, all right, all right. And you'll just notice there, as I hit the 5 chord, the B7, I'm just giving that a little tickle to kind of simulate the way a piano player might tickle the keys, like so. So for me, I'm using my wrist there like that, and the finger's staying quite still. So I just place the finger over the strings, my thumb's resting on the pickup here, and I'm just kind of making that motion with the wrist. So my hand's actually very relaxed, like so, just kind of with the ball of the finger there. Some people like to do it with the middle finger, like so, but I find it harder to get the control of the volume. I just want it to be very quiet, so I just use the skin of the finger and the wrist. Okay, as we drop down to A7, you're going to stop. 3, 4. Back to the top. Keep on working now. And so on. So that's a section in the middle of the song where he sings keep on working now with the breaks, and as you saw, I'm just holding down that 2, 3, excuse me. So we're kind of doing triplets here, right? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. So kind of really locking into that 12/8 rhythm. Two loads of those just on the one chord. And then we're going to hit the A7. So that's the nuts and bolts of it. So a pretty easy one to start us off this month, but don't get too relaxed because there's going to be some more challenging pieces coming up in the coming weeks. But really enjoy this one, keep it simple, keep it soulful, have some fun. All right, we'll see you real soon. Cheers.